Hello. Hi. It's been a minute. From July all the way till December, it was just a very hectic, packed, last 6 months with school, with work, projects, other work, events. Just it was a lot. It was a lot, and I definitely could have made time to make videos, but I didn't want to, because that was just one thing that it takes a lot of time to edit, the type of videos that I was trying to make when it came to clips every day, and then it was just a lot. So I think from here on out, I'm just gonna do the updates every single time I have a doctor's appointment or an orthodontist appointment, and just kind of fill you guys in. And that's what this video is going to be about as well. It's going to be me filling you in on what's been happening since basically my wisdom teeth, and I'll try to do better. If you guys have questions, feel free to DM me and I will try to answer those questions as well, whether it's in the comments or added into the new video. So anyways, let's begin. After wisdom teeth removal, I'm pretty sure from there I finished my trays maybe mid-September. No, it was end of August, beginning of September that I finished my all 21 trays from the first batch that they've made me. So that happened, and I went in. I was super excited, but I did want to let the orthodontist know that my bite wasn't feeling the way that I wanted it to feel. And I guess maybe this is what I should have started off with. Let me just show you my teeth. I have my Invisalign on, and this is what it looks like on right now, and this is what my teeth look like on it right now. I don't want to get too close because it doesn't focus when I get really close. I'm recording on my phone. So my trays, this is my teeth without them. They look amazing. They look so amazing. I'm really proud of how they look right now. But prior to this, I will kind of explain what was going on. So this is what they look like right now. So for those of you that don't know, I had a crossbite and I had crowding mainly on this side of my mouth. These two teeth are sitting behind my bottom teeth. You can go back and check how they looked before. So when I finished trays 21, I wore those for 2 weeks. Usually my last set of trays in the batch, they make me wear them for 2 weeks and then we go from there. And so what I was feeling is this tooth and this tooth were touching. There was too much contact with the bottom tooth down here. They were touching too much, and everything else kind of sat pretty perfectly. And those are the two teeth that were just bugging me because they were hitting it too much. It felt uneven. I was afraid to bite down completely when I was chewing food and all that stuff. So basically I told the doctor, and he said that he'd make me a whole new set of trays. I was a little upset, but if I'm paying $5,000, and this is what I want to let you know, is that if you're paying a lot of money, your insurance isn't covering it especially, keep going, because I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to charge you for the more for more trays that they make you, because they aren't charging me. So just make sure that you ask, but I don't think they're supposed to charge you, and just keep making more. More trays equals a more perfect outcome. So keep doing it, because it's better than just wanting to be done with treatment as soon as possible. And yeah, and then you're just not satisfied with your teeth and you have to get them done again. So anyways, I told him, he said, we'll make another batch of trays, and we did. We made another 10 weeks worth of trays. Technically, in another 11 weeks. Well, it was 12 weeks. I think it was 11 total, actually. And I wore them for 12 weeks. So that's the current, this set of trays that I have right now. I'm on my second week of wearing these last trays. I'll tell you what happened. But yeah, I'll get into it. So I told him that they made me more trays with those last set of trays, week 21. of the first batch. They made me wear them. She said I could wear them just at night and just start to get used to like being without them during the day. If I feel that they're tight, put them back in. But for the most part, I can wear them just at night when I get home, or right when I get home from school, or at night when I'm going to bed. And so I did that. There were days that I wore them all day. There were days that I didn't wear them at all until I went to bed. And it worked pretty well. I was fine with it. And then they called me in for these new trays. It was 10 weeks worth. They gave me, I think, about 5 weeks worth. And I noticed that there was a problem at the beginning, but I didn't want to say anything because I was just afraid to speak up. And I was like, well, they're the doctors and they're the professionals. They know what they're doing. So there's no way that they're making a mistake. If you notice, this is another tidbit of advice. If you notice that there's something that doesn't feel right with your teeth, it's better to be safe than sorry. Let them know as soon as you figure out that there's something wrong, or as soon as you feel that there's something wrong, let them know what's going on, because my God, I would have saved myself a whole nother set of 10 trays that they're currently making for me right now if I would have spoken up sooner about this. Around maybe week 3, I noticed that there were some slots, and I don't know if I've mentioned it in previous videos. I don't think so. And if I have, well, then you're going to hear it again. There was a set of trays that had the bottom attachments missing on the actual tray, but I had the attachments on my teeth so they wouldn't slide on. And if I did try to slide them on, they were going to break off. Well, I had this similar problem, but with my top trays, and it was on this tooth and the one on top of here. I have one down here, but I had that right there. Anyways, those were still on my teeth. They weren't on my trays, but my trays were still sliding on. So I thought that they were there for a reason. So I just left them on, and I went back at like week 6 to get my new set of trays, the last batch. And I told him that my teeth I didn't feel a difference in my teeth and in my bite. It was just as, like, it was the same as when it was in the beginning of for these next 10 trays. I didn't feel the difference, and I told him, and he was like, well, we'll just wait until your last set of trays and we'll see how your teeth look. And yeah, he didn't think to look at the adjustments, or he didn't think to look at the buttons. He didn't think to look at my trays and just make sure. He was going off of his chart, and he just glossed over the fact that I was telling him I'm 5 weeks into this batch, and I don't feel the difference. I should be feeling a difference. There was a slight difference, but not a big difference. And my teeth were not clicking, and there was always gaps in these areas. And he would always mention how this area doesn't seem like it's tracking like it should be. But it was always good enough to move on. And there wasn't any, it wasn't tracking actually. And yeah, so he sent me home with all those trays, and finally around, I think it was week 10, I had my appointment on January 3rd. I called that Monday of that week, because January 3rd was on a Friday, I believe. And so on the Monday of that week, I called and I told the lady. She answered, and she was like, oh, that's not right. You're not supposed to have those attachments. And I was like, okay. So I just did 10 weeks worth of treatment that didn't do anything to my teeth. That's awesome. So I went in, she took them off. I asked her, I was like, so does this mean I'm not on track? And she said, no, you should be fine. We'll see on Friday. I come back in on Friday. He says, I have 2 options. I don't think he knew about this problem. And my teeth were finally feeling how they were all sitting how they're supposed to be sitting. And so he told me I have 2 options. I could either A, get a permanent retainer put into my teeth, so because there was just settling that he wanted to fix in my molars, and that could be done with the permanent retainer. I don't have to do trays anymore, and I could move on with my life. Or I could get another set of trays made, and we could keep doing trays. And so I asked if one was there was an extra cost for making more trays or an extra cost for doing the permanent retainer. He said no. And so I sat there and I talked to him, or I sat there and I thought about it, and I asked him what he would prefer. And he was like, honestly, you could do either or. And I asked him, this was what made me decide to go with the option that I went with. Obviously, I'm still wearing my trays, so I went with the more like make me more trays, and I don't want to do the permanent retainer yet. I asked him if there would be some more shifting in my front teeth, and he said probably a little bit. There's probably just going to be minor adjustments. I think your teeth look great. Do you think your teeth look great? I said, I think my teeth look great, especially if they're going to keep sitting the way that they're sitting now. I want it to be like that. And so he said, yeah, there'd just be little tiny adjustments. It wouldn't be anything crazy. It's mainly just your molars that I want to fix. And I asked him how long it would take with trays. And he said, I'm hoping to get you at under 10 weeks. And I said, okay. And we made my impressions, and they sent me home with my current trays. And she told me wear them for 1 more week. And then after that, I think she told me to wear them for 1 more week because she knew that they all fucked up. And I wore them for 1 more week. And then she said, after that, you can wear them how you were doing it before with the other last set of trays. Before this new batch, you can wear them at night or right when you get home, and you can go throughout the day without wearing them, get your teeth used to being without them. And yeah, so I did. That's what I've been doing. I'm now wearing them just whenever I want to put them in, especially at night. I still go to bed with them. And yeah, I guess moral of that story and part of updating you is make sure that if you feel like something is wrong, you call them and ask them. I, at this point, don't care anymore if I sound like I'm an annoying patient. I want to let them know what's going on because it's $5,000, almost $6,000 that I'm paying for this. And I don't want to come back like, 3 years down the road and say, oh, my teeth are back to like how they used to be before. No, like I want to get this treatment done so my teeth look good. So yeah, that's that story. Back, now I want to talk a little bit about how I've seen my teeth actually change. Obviously, these are now in front. Everything looks so straight and cute. They finally, like the midline actually meets up perfectly, like they're centered. Unlike before where it was like it looked like my bottom jaw was shifted a little bit this way. So there's that. I also am obsessed with my bottom teeth more than I am with my top teeth. Not saying my top teeth are like bad or anything. I just love the way my bottom teeth look because down there you could tell there was a little bit, like they were a little more crooked. And on top of that, I noticed like halfway through the first set of trays that I had that my bottom teeth actually were kind of like rounded. They looked kind of like they were like this, like they were at an incline rather than sitting straight. They were like at a slight incline and a curve. And now they're actually straight. And everything just feels a lot better. The only teeth that I see a lot of contact with right now, especially after having these trays in for a while, is these teeth, my canines, but I like the way that feels because it feels all balanced. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. I don't think I have anything else to update you on. When I go in for my next appointment, that's how I'm going to start doing the videos, I think. Every single time I go in for like either picking up my new trays or something, that's when I'll do an update. And I'll show you guys how my teeth are looking. I feel like that's just a lot better. And then obviously, like I said before, if you have any questions, comment down below, DM me on Instagram, and I'll answer your questions, and I'll actually try to put them in the videos from now on. Wisdom teeth recovery was interesting with Invisalign. I don't really think I covered the actual, like, how it went down. So after I was able to put them in, I was just very careful about things, making sure my teeth were clean, my trays were clean, and just maneuvering very carefully to not like do anything rough to like rupture any like still like, you know, soft wounds. And I wasn't rushing to get them back in, even though I was like stressed about it. It's better to not rush and then mess up your like wounds. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know what you guys want to see or questions that you have. Bye. Thank you.